All right, hey, how you doing? Happy Friday to ya. Ryan J here. Welcome back. I'm shooting this for massive life-changing value. All right, so the title of this is What I Have Learned Today from Being on YouTube for 7 hours. Well, gee whiz, let me tell you this. There's a lot more to learn and ingest versus just cat videos. And once you get to the end of the internet, you'll learn how to milk a badger. So here's what I've learned. So, well, is this a how-to video? I'm not really sure. But if this was a how to start your own YouTube, this would place in like, I don't know, 1 gazillionth of all the YouTube videos on how to start a YouTube video. So I'm not sure if it's necessarily a tutorial. I'm just giving you my experience as to what I've learned today, especially today, and my whole experience with going about this YouTube thing. So I started my, well, all right, let me give you some backstory here and catch you up to speed. I started my YouTube probably about 2-3 years ago. Okay, I made 3 videos and then they just sat there and I hadn't paid attention to it, nor posted, nor done anything to further my YouTube type platform, or if I was starting a channel, or my goals and the direction I was going weren't necessarily concrete. Fair enough? All right. Now, all this time, I've been producing content for other social media platforms. I've been making a whole bunch of TikToks. I've been going live on Facebook for years now. I've been posting very active on Instagram, and yeah, a couple other social media platforms as well. But within the last year, 6 months, year, call it a year, I've really started to take my YouTube channel more serious. So since I've been taking it more serious, I got a ton more content on the YouTube platform. Now, how did this occur to me today to take a look at it and like figure out the numbers? All right, now, truth be told, I have 5, count them, 5 followers on my YouTube channel. And I was thinking about it and I'm like, well, those metrics just don't seem correct at all. Not at all. So I gotta do, what is my YouTube broken? Is everything put on private? You know, the amount of content I have on YouTube just doesn't really make sense for me to only have 5 followers. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm the best content creator out there. I do solid stuff. I would give myself a C plus. All right, passing, a little bit above average, but still passing. All right, and I'm putting it out there and I'm fairly consistent. So with consistency, you gotta get better, right? If you're constantly doing one thing over and over and over, either you're doing the one thing over and over wrong, or something might be broken. So I looked at, so it's called YouTube Studio is what, now, and that's a separate app, okay? You got your YouTube app, and unless you post content on YouTube, you really don't I wouldn't think that you'd necessarily go to your profile. You know, you just use the search bar, search for what you want to watch, and how to fix a headlight, how to do just about anything, or a good recipe for lasagna. Who knows? Whatever you're searching for, I would think that basically you just go up to the search bar and type in what you're searching for. Okay? Well, in YouTube Studio, now that's a platform where you can see schematics, you can see total amount of views, you can see your analytics, you can pay attention to how long actually somebody would click on your video, and it will tell you, do they watch 43 seconds? Do they watch a minute and a half? Do they finish the whole video? So that kind of information is pretty key. Now, honestly, I don't really like paying attention to stats like that. I really don't. I really don't. I'm more of a, I'll create it, I'll give it a title that hopefully stops the scroll, and publish. That's my MO, and that's been my MO for a while. And because my comfort zone is doing a Facebook Live. All right, well, you don't, with a Facebook Live, you only get a couple of real indicators as to how the performance is. The amount of people that watch it, the likes and comments. That's about the nuts and bolts of how much detailed information that you get from Facebook on who pays attention to your lives. YouTube is a whole different kind of animal. So I'm looking through all my content on my YouTube page, and you know, something occurred to me. I'm like, okay, how come these super popular creators that have like 100,000 watches and likes on their video, what are they doing different? Well, then it occurred to me, they have fancy graphics. If you push on some of the videos, they have introduction music, and it's a performance, almost like your own little small cinematic experience of what video you're gonna watch. All right, so we are creators, and I guess it totally bypassed me that, well, if I want to take YouTube serious, I'm almost like, welcome to the party. I'm in the movie and film business. Now, not necessarily George Lucas, but I'm in the production film business. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, now how do they get their graphics and introduction music and all that stuff? How do they figure that out? Well, I figured it out today. Here's where I got my information. YouTube, of course, you know, and there was a small little tutorial. Took me about 15 minutes to watch, and I'd already had the Canva app downloaded because I've used that. It's a pretty simple platform, you know, where you can make your own graphics, and there's a bunch of free options. You can take your photo and put like bullet points in it, or explain what it is, and make your own graphics. I've used it a lot for Instagram, to make Instagram stories or Instagram posts. Well, lo and behold, I use that same app to create what is called a thumbnail. Now, what's a thumbnail? Because I didn't know. Thumbnail, yes. Well, yeah, you're right, but no. In the terms and lingo of YouTube, here's what a thumbnail is. It's the graphic at the beginning before your video starts to play. So you know, my thumbnails, some of them have my smiling mug, and I'm going like this, and then I've put in graphics like what the video is about. Now, here's why that's kind of important, because now looking back at all the content I had put out, I had realized that I had created series of videos. So if you watch one, then there's going to be a second part, then there's going to be a third part, and then there's going to be a fourth. So I had to make thumbnails for my 60-hour metabolism reboot, making thumbnails for the high performance productive people challenge, the H3P challenge, which had 5 videos in it, my 5-day social media challenge, so that's 5 days, plus I gave it a bonus day, so day 6, so that's 6 thumbnails for that different segment and category of videos, so that they're all congruent. All right, so the thumbnail for each separate topic is congruent with the next video. Makes sense? Seemed to make sense to me. So then I had a whole series on how to make money from home. All right, different thumbnail, different graphic, says how to make money from home. All right, so looking at the video without reading the description, you know what the video's about. That's a thumbnail. Then I have a whole bunch of marketing tips. Then I had another 3-day work from home challenge. All right, so all these segments and categories of videos needed thumbnails. Here's another thing that I found out about my YouTube channel. Every single video that I had, now in the YouTube studio, you have this little box under settings that you can go into and find out what category your video is in. Well, lo and behold, every single one of my categories, now comedy must be the default setting, because every single one of my videos was in the comedy category. Well, that's not necessarily who I'm making content for. I'm providing more information content. So while uploading all these thumbnails, I would go in and switch the category from comedy to information. Then I'm pretty decent at making titles to stop the scroll. Pretty decent. You know, some days I'm on fire, some days I just don't have it. All right, but I understand the importance of a good title. And actually, come to find out, 80% of the tell sign of who's gonna watch my video is in the thumbnail and the title. Just like a Facebook scroll. You're gonna scroll, but if it's a catching title that you're like, oh my gosh, I need to know more about this, you're gonna stop and, you know, pay attention to the content within that post. So the title and the thumbnail are super, super important. Probably about 80% of time and effort should be going into the thumbnail. I don't know specifically if that percentage is correct, but it's probably pretty close. So I did that. Now, come to find out, you can't just post any picture from your camera and make it a thumbnail. It's not configured right. It might be, YouTube goes by a specific size for the thumbnail, and that in itself has a category in the YouTube studio. And so what you're gonna do is click on the custom pick, and oh yes, it needs to be formatted for the size for YouTube. In Canva, you're gonna go to custom pick, and it's 1920 by 1080. 1920 by 1080 is the size you need to have it formatted for your YouTube thumbnail. So then I learned how to do that. Oh, and here's another thing so the magic number of viewers that you need to be able to go live on YouTube is 1,000. All right, 1,000. Kind of like TikTok. You need 1,000 or 1,000 followers to be able to use the live function. And once you have that, then you can do a live video like this, very similar to Facebook, but you know, they want the 1,000 people requirement. Okay, totally cool. Well, custom thumbnails are only actually allowed in their rules and regulations unless you have 1,000. Now, remember, I'm talking I have 5 followers. Well, there's a way to get your account verified, and once your account is verified, then it will allow you it'll allow you to create thumbnails and be able to put it up there. All right, so how do you do that? Well, it's youtube.com/verify. Super simple, literally takes like a minute. youtube.com/verify. That will verify your account, and then that unlocks the feature for you to be able to use thumbnails. And by using thumbnails, now you're looking like a pro, you're acting like a pro, and you're feeling good about your YouTube channel. Another setting in the YouTube studio, have your monetization on. Now, I don't really know the specifics on that, but it helps you create your thumbnail, or it allows you the ability to create your thumbnails if the monetization is on. All right. And that's what I learned today. So all in all, it was a learning experience, and it took me a bunch of time to create these thumbnails and go through and make sure that I'm changing my settings from comedy to information, making sure that all my categories of YouTube videos are like cohesive in the look of the thumbnail and follow some sort of semblance of order so that it's easier for viewers to, oh, that's the video I watched. Oh, and this next one looks really similar to that. So that might be what I need to watch next. Makes sense? All right, I hope it does. So yeah, you learn as you go along. And that's with a whole bunch of everything in life. You figure it out as you go along. I would not let what I learned and what I'm coaching, teaching, and training you through my experience right now, I would not let that deter you or stop you in any way, shape, or form from going ahead and making your videos. If you feel like you have a segment or a niche that you can fill, and information and the content you have is valuable and people would like to watch it, go ahead. Start making videos. That's my advice to you. Don't let what you do not know stop you from moving forward. Makes sense? So I hope this provided value for you. If it did, go ahead, give me a comment of what you liked. If somebody you feel like needs to hear this, go ahead and share it with them. That's greatly appreciated. Now, with that being said, I'm loading this video up into YouTube. So, for my YouTube videos or viewers, please follow the channel. Please follow the channel. Give me a comment of what you liked, what you didn't like, or any helpful hints or suggestions of content that I can bring to you. I'd greatly appreciate it. So, with that, man, happy Friday. You guys make it an epic day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.